3, 2, 1, show love!
How many more times will I trade in my pride for a ticket to ride this broken down merry-go-round? Sitting on a stationary stallion, inhaling paint chips as she screams from the control booth, "Do you want to go faster?" As if we were coming around the final corner instead of just sitting at the starting line. I swear, she needs to get off her high horse right quick before it pulls up lame and they're both put out to pasture. See, she's the type of woman with holes in her jeans. Both in the pockets and the knees. Likes to put her dreams in her pockets and wonder why they're never there when she goes reaching for them. Doesn't understand her obsession with tearing down mountains or building up walls or why she needs a new man every weekend to validate her self-worth. Tells me all she really wants is someone to say I love you. She wants to say it back instead of saying it first. She wanted me to say I love you. And I really wish I could lie to you and say that I didn't. Even more, I wish I was honest when I said that I did. But I just gave her what she wanted. Not what she needed, but what she wanted. I held her hand and we traveled into the middle of her mind, putting up walls, all the while not realizing we were plastering over the exits, leaving her trapped in a labyrinth of self-loathing. She tells me all she really wants is someone to check under her heart for monsters before she goes to sleep. Only knows the taste of sleep every 4 days, only when the sun's shining. She doesn't want to miss the moon. She tells me she wants to be the moon, so I tried to be the sun, to give her something positive to reflect. Ended up with a distance between us the size of a planet, and I had to sit and watch her create tidal waves every time we tried to get close. Because she's the type of woman who likes to play Russian roulette with a shotgun. Loads both barrels up with emotion, everything but happiness. Don't know if I'm going to agree with a, "Hey, how's it going?" or a "What the fuck do you want?" Because she will never speak with you, only to you, more often through you. Honestly believes that if you don't remember it, it never actually happened. She likes to drink until nothing happens. I'm terrified of the things she does when nothing happens. She tells me all she really wants is someone to write a poem about her. And I don't think this is what she was expecting. But I'm done giving her what she wants. I want to give her what she needs. I want her to use these words to tear down those walls, to patch the holes in her pockets, to use those dreams, to climb those mountains, to feel a sense of self-accomplishment for the first time in her life and realize the only voice whose validation matters is her own. Woo! The longest message that I ever wrote said, "Goodbye." Now, I know it sounds like a simple 7-letter word, but it took me over a decade to chisel each one of those letters into the base of my spine before I could even consider contemplating thinking about saying it out loud. Because you, well, you were the reflection of the clouds across the river. At first glance, absolute magic. But upon closer inspection, it became apparent that you were just a projection of what you wanted the world to see you as, instead of letting what you actually are rise to the surface. You couldn't see that the river is fucking beautiful. And I certainly wouldn't have dove in head first if I knew you were that shallow. See, I ended up broken inside, my heart hemorrhaging till every crevice was full, every organ drowning, and I was left choking, suffocating on a love I was unable to pronounce because it never really fit into your life, did it? Love. You always said love just ties you down, and you couldn't be tied down. You had to be free. You had to be able to run and jump and skip. You always had to be moving. You could never stop moving because every time you stopped moving, you started thinking about how much you hate the world that you've created. You just want to be yourself for a day. So I took your daydreams, and I pressed them up against your nightmares, hoping there would be a spot for me in the reality that began to seep through the cracks in my fingers. Instead, I was pushed to the furthest, darkest corner of your shadow, living off the dying fires of my hope until the day came where I just gave up, started dancing in the ashes, kicking up sparks, and one of those sparks caught the back of your mask, and the band broke, and the mask fell, and I was left face to face with the realization I've just been standing here talking to myself. So consider this, my apology letter to the world, a goodbye note to the person I wanted everyone to think I was. I don't need this mask anymore because there is not a single part of me that deserves to be hidden. So goodbye to all the clothes that never hung properly on my frame. Goodbye to music that would make my ears bleed. Goodbye to slang that never tasted right in my mouth. Goodbye to places that never felt like home. Goodbye to friends who were only there when they needed me. Because I am not the reflection of the clouds. I am the river, and I am fucking beautiful.